Welcome to Body and Bond, where biology meets psychology, where physical challenges often carry emotional weight. Because sometimes, a diagnosis doesn't just affect the body, it challenges identity. For 2 years, Ethan and his wife tried to conceive. Every month began with hope. Every month ended in silence. When they finally saw a specialist, the results pointed to Ethan. Low sperm count. Low motility. The doctor explained treatment options calmly. But Ethan heard something else. You're the reason. And that's where the real struggle began. Infertility affects about 1 in 6 couples globally. According to the World Health Organization, infertility is defined as the failure to achieve pregnancy after 12 months of regular, unprotected sexual intercourse. In nearly half of those cases, male factors are involved, either alone or alongside female factors. Medically, the causes are clear. Low sperm count. Poor motility. Hormonal imbalances. Blockages. Clinical explanations. Treatment pathways. But statistics don't measure what happens internally. They don't show the shift in self-perception. For many men, fertility is unconsciously tied to masculinity, to capability, to strength. So when fertility becomes uncertain, it doesn't just create medical questions. It creates identity tension. And identity tension creates stress. Stress increases cortisol. Elevated cortisol interferes with testosterone production. Hormones shift. Sperm quality can decline. A feedback loop begins. The fear of infertility can physiologically reinforce the problem itself. Not weakness. A biological stress response. And beyond the biology, there is emotion. There is grief for the timeline imagined. There is guilt, even when no one is blaming him. There is shame, because male vulnerability is still culturally restricted. So conversations shrink. Silence grows. And intimacy can slowly shift. From connection to performance. From desire to pressure. And pressure rarely creates ease. What started as a medical issue can quietly evolve into emotional distance. Not because love disappeared, but because fear was never voiced. And fear, when unspoken, creates isolation. So where does change begin? Not with blame. Not with denial. It begins with a shift in perspective. Untangle your identity from the diagnosis. A fertility diagnosis is a medical condition. It is not a definition of manhood. It is not a measurement of worth. When you separate who you are from what your body is experiencing, something shifts. Psychological pressure decreases. Stress begins to regulate. And your body responds. This is measurable physiology. Lifestyle factors matter. Sleep. Strength training. Nutrition. Reducing alcohol. These aren't motivational slogans. They are biological support. And then there is the relationship. Infertility is rarely an individual burden. It is shared. When couples frame it as us versus the problem, instead of me versus you, the emotional climate shifts. Blame softens. Teamwork strengthens. And intimacy slowly returns to connection instead of performance. And connection reduces stress. And reduced stress supports the body. The mind and body are not separate systems. They are constantly communicating. You are not your sperm count. You are not a statistic. You are a person navigating uncertainty. There are treatments. There are medical pathways. There are psychological tools. There is support. And there is hope. I've created a free guide to help you take the next step. It's called The Male Infertility Guide, 5 Steps to Understanding Your Fertility. Inside, you'll learn when to get tested, and what those tests actually mean. Lifestyle changes that support sperm health. How to talk to your partner without shame or blame. And treatment options explained simply. The link is in the description. Download it. Read it together. Because you don't have to figure this out alone. This is Body and Bond, where biology meets psychology. And where silence begins to lose its power. Next episode, performance anxiety. Why it happens. How it affects intimacy. And what you can do about it. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Because understanding is the first form of relief.